Sorry. 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 If you're offended, sorry. 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 If you're offended, sorry.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is March 10th, 2000. Did this again. 2020.
I love how immediately when we start every time, you get your radio voice on. Like you're a completely different person as soon as the tape starts rolling.
I am. I gotta sound nice and sexy for all of our listeners.
I feel like my mic sounds like shit.
It's probably because I just dropped it.
I think it might be damaged. I feel muffled, but that's okay.
All right. So guys, it's been a while. Drew's been super busy at work. I've been super busy around here, but we still made a little bit of time this week to get together. And we're going to talk about some crazy, funny things going on.
Yeah, we had to. It's voting day here in Michigan.
Yes, I went and voted. Did you vote?
I did. I convinced my boss to let me leave early so I could go vote and do the show.
Did you tell him who you're voting for?
He tried to ask me. My boss, when I asked him if I could go vote, he said, "You make real money now. You're a Republican. Congratulations." Told him to fuck off. No, I didn't, but I should have.
I went and voted today, and it was interesting, fun time.
There was nobody there when I got there.
I was number 147. I
don't know what my number was, but I was expecting it to be really busy because I got there like, 50 minutes before the polls closed? 50? So I thought there'd be a lot of like after workers like myself, but I think there's only like 2 people in the entire place.
Well, I guess since we're talking about the polls and voting, how do you feel about Elizabeth Warren backing out and not endorsing Bernie Sanders?
She's just another Bern, man. She's been at Bernie the entire time.
That's like shallow in my opinion, dude. Like she's the only one up there that still had hit. Like her whole campaign was basically his policies, which she just like tweaked a little bit to make it her own. Like they were both like the like.
Yeah, she's bitter because she thought she was going to win because she was a woman.
Yes. And so now that she didn't win, she's just like, I'm not endorsing anyone.
Right.
Like, come on. Like, Bernie could have used that, especially going into this week.
If she was so adamant about beating Trump, she would have done anything she could do to beat Trump. And the obvious thing is convince her followers to vote for Bernie.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I think Elizabeth Warren's a shitty person.
They're all shady. You know how you know that they're all shady? Because your next Democratic presidential candidate is going to be Joe fucking Biden.
Yeah. That's another hot topic that I wanted to talk about in this episode. Did you know if you type in www.berniesander.com, leave out the S, do you know where that takes you?
I hope you tell me to joebiden.com. Because
it takes you to a donation page where it just shows you how much you want to donate, right? But if you scroll up to the top of the page, it's Joe Biden's page.
That is hilarious, actually.
That is some deep down, dirty play right there, dude.
That's cutthroat. I kind of respect that, to be honest with you. That's some old school politics in the modern world.
Yeah, like he literally went and bought BernieSander.com. So when people mistype it and go to donate money, it's just going to pop up right to donate money. They're not going to look at who they're donating money to. They're going to think it's Bernie Sanders. They're just going to hit that button, and then boom, Joe Biden, get your money.
I wonder if he went like deep down the rabbit hole and bought every domain that was even close to BernieSanders.com. So it's like BernieSander.com or like BernieSanders.com or, like
just
anything that's even remotely...
BarrySanders.com.
Yeah, exactly. anything that remotely resembled Bernie Sanders is now redirects you to Joe Biden's donation page. What a deep down dirty dog.
Yeah.
I kind of respect that. As much as I don't like Biden, I kind of respect that play. I'm not going to lie. That's some Trump shit.
Yeah. Speaking of some Trump shit, dude, earlier today, Joe Biden was at the UAW and like walking around talking to like auto workers and stuff. One of the auto workers came up to him and was like, "You're trying to take away our guns." His first response was, "That's bullshit. You're a liar."
No, it was not.
Yes, dude. He's dropping cuss words now, and then some girl tried to speak up, like after he said that's bullshit, you're a liar. like some girl tried to speak up and say something to him, and he looked at her and goes, "You shush, shush." I swear, he's turning into
absolutely incredible.
Yeah, he's turning into like a Trump.
That's hilarious. I wonder if that's like his play. Like everybody's talking about. I've seen on Facebook some people saying like he's showing signs of dementia. You know,
he's doing some pretty crazy things.
And he, I mean, realistically, he is showing signs of dementia. But what if this was like all just his secret plan? It's just a play. Was to become like the Democratic Trump.
Yeah, it could work.
It could work. I mean, hey, you gotta try whatever you gotta try, right?
You remember a couple years ago when Trump, the first time he was running, Joe was like the first one to say like, "Oh, I wish I was running. I'd beat him up. I'd fight him. I could fight him." Remember that? Like it was like 2015, 2016 when this all first started.
Do you remember when Obama was president or like transitioning out of office, and everybody loved Joe Biden?
Yeah,
everybody loved Joe Biden because he didn't cause any harm. He made funny memes, you know. Yep. And then he had to like go out into the world and be his own man
and sniff girls' hair.
And this is what we get, dude. He's so creepy. And I think that, like he's gonna win.
Don't say that.
You know he's gonna win.
I
don't want him to win. I mean, I don't think
I hate to say it. In my heart, I know he's gonna win, but in my head, I'm still lying to myself, and I'm telling myself that there is a chance. There is a slight chance.
Hey, I'm hopeful. I mean, of the Democrats that are left, I voted for Sanders. I'm not going to lie to you. Bernie's going to let us smoke weed on day one, tell us about aliens, and get rid of my student loans. Let's party. Like,
yeah.
And oh yeah, he's not Joe Biden.
Yeah. One of the things they were talking about upstairs was the whole the coronavirus thing going right now, and it's kind of shifting towards Biden today and everything because he's been through tragedy and he has experience and stuff like this. And, he has he'd get us through. He has a plan. I'm thinking, well, if you made Bernie Sanders president, his first plan is to give everyone health insurance. I'm pretty sure that would probably help take care of the problem. People can go in and get tested and not have to worry about paying for it. Did you see the other day that the president had, the vice president had to come out and talk about how people will be able to get tested if they have insurance and stuff like that. And he's like walking out, and some guy, the news guy's like asking him, is like, "What about if you're uninsured? Are you gonna be able to get tested if you're uninsured?" And then you just didn't even act like you didn't even hear the question, just kept walking out.
I didn't see that.
And then one of the staffers that work up there is like, "Yeah, that's really gonna get you somewhere. Just keep yelling." He's like, it's a valid question.
It is a valid question. Because you already know what the answer is.
No.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see what happens. I think if the Democrats want any chance of winning, then they better not make Biden their candidate. We'll see how it goes.
I don't know. I see it both ways. That's the thing is I hate to say it. I can see it both ways. I can see where I see Biden getting crushed in the debates and standing no chance against Trump like that way. But at the same time, I see Biden being the actual better candidate to actually steal away more votes from some Republican voters because he's more central. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to scare the Republicans as much. But that being said, when he goes up to debate against Trump, Trump is just going to
Trump's going to. I mean, when it comes to debate, and don't get me wrong, I think Bernie's a good speaker. He's charismatic.
Yeah, but he doesn't have a chance either.
Voice, but nobody has a chance because Trump is a showman. You know what I mean? Like, he steals the show, and he knows that. He doesn't have facts. He's not eloquent. He's going to put on a fucking show, and he's going to steal your attention, and he's going to bowl right over you. And it doesn't matter what you say because he's not even going to respond to it anyway. So, they're both fucked in that aspect.
Yeah.
Who's going to get more people out to the polls to vote for them over Trump? That's the question.
Yeah. I think we're screwed either way because, like you said, if Bernie wins, I think, yes, we'll get a lot of young people out, but a lot of the old people, I think, won't go and vote for Bernie. But if we get Biden in, it's the exact opposite. We're going to get a lot of old people to still go vote for Biden, but the young people, let's be honest, if Biden wins, I'm still going to probably have to vote Biden. I'm going to. I mean, it's either Biden or Trump. I mean, yeah, I'd possibly vote for Trump, but
if Biden wins, I won't vote. Honestly. I'm not going to vote for a candidate.
Well, that's exactly what I'm saying, though. See, that's my whole point.
I get that people say that that's just as bad as voting for Trump, but it's not. I'm not going to vote for a candidate I don't believe in. I don't care. I mean, honestly, do I like Trump? Do I support Trump? No. But do I think that things have been as bad for 4 years as people are making them out to be? No. I mean, and at the end of the day, 4 more years, yeah, it's not ideal and it's not what I want. I think this country needs real change, but I'm not going to say I endorse either one. I don't endorse 4 more years of Trump. Hell no. But I also don't endorse Biden. So
yeah, I feel you, but I mean, in my ways, I'm going to have to vote.
It's the question we've been talking about since the beginning of this podcast. Is the fear of Trump enough to motivate people to vote? I don't know. I don't know what the answer to that is. And I say that now, and I might change my mind when the time comes, everything I've heard from Biden, which I feel like isn't much, it doesn't feel like he has any plans at all. It feels like he's trying to retread the things that the Democrats have been doing for the last...
Well, he's trying to ride off the coattails of the Obama administration.
Yeah, he's trying
to
go
right back to where they were.
Exactly. And you can't go back to where you were. We have to find a way to change and grow and adapt new policies, yes. Better policies, absolutely. But for today, not for 2004.
Mm-hmm.
The world has changed.
How do you, let's change topics a little bit. How do you feel about, you heard about the Garth Brooks incident, obviously.
About him wearing the Barry Sanders jersey?
Yeah, let's talk about that. It's still kind of, relative with what we're talking about. So Garth Brooks had a concert here in Detroit, and for people that aren't from Detroit, we have this great football team here called the Detroit Lions.
Maybe you've heard of them. They win a lot.
Yep. And this isn't sarcastic. We actually had one of the best, if not the best, running backs of all time named Barry Sanders, number 20, ironically. And it's ironic because this year Garth Brooks came on a tour, came to Ford Field, where the Detroit Lions play, and decided to wear the Barry Sanders jersey, which reps the number 20. And a lot of people that weren't from the Detroit area seen that and automatically assumed that he was repping Bernie Sanders for 2020. So I just think it's hilarious that Republicans and even Democrats at that point that was their first instinct, was just to rip on Garth Brooks for what his belief is.
I think the whole thing is hilarious. First of all, I think it's hilarious that Garth Brooks comes to Detroit and thinks, I'm really going to rile this crowd up by wearing a Detroit Lions jersey. Even if it is Barry Sanders. I mean, come on. But yeah, that's like the classic example of people being outraged to be outraged. Like, yep. What in the fuck, man?
Yeah, I just thought it was a funny mishap. And then I actually seen something about how he... someone posted something to him about how let's run together or something like that. Like someone famous said something to him about it. But let's see what else I got in here. A California woman divorced her husband of 22 years because he voted for Donald Trump.
I hate this topic, and here's why. Because I see this all the time on Facebook, like people literally just disowning like family members, or like talking shit to their friends, or like, I guess, basing their whole lives and their relationships with other people based on something that should be, I feel, pretty personal, which is your political opinions. So, and here's the thing about voting for Trump, is that just because her husband voted for Trump doesn't mean that he endorses all of Trump's policies. We both know that there's a lot of people in the world who vote based on party because of like economic issues and things like that. So, to me, that's just completely absurd to divorce somebody because they voted for a candidate that you don't support.
Yeah, it's completely absurd. I mean, it's just, everyone has their own opinions. Everyone has their own feelings. And I don't know. It's just a fucking stupid ass story I seen, and I actually just seen. I didn't even pay attention until now, but it was from 2017. So.
Very topical, Scott.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to find these other ones I had. I saved a whole bunch in here, but then I saved some in Facebook. But all right.
Let's talk about something fun. You got something stupid?
No, nothing stupid. We have Utica's Maddie Bart will be the first woman to play for Kalamazoo College football. So we officially have a woman playing football, male football. I think that's kind of cool. Cool story. But I also think it's very scary and dangerous.
I feel like it's been done. Honestly, I don't. Maybe the first to play for that college, but like.
I feel like high school's been done, but I don't think they've ever. No one's ever college. I don't think they've ever recruited a girl. Maybe a kicker. Maybe a kicker.
I was gonna say at least a kicker. Yeah. What does this woman play? What position?
A standout special teams performer on the football team, who was the place kicker and punter.
Oh.
So that's what she is.
But anyways, I don't think it's scary. If a woman wants to play football,
Well, I mean, she wants to play football. She can play football, but I mean,
let's be honest.
Those guys are pretty. I see football players.
Well, she's never going to be able to physically keep up with their like strength. I mean, some of them, yes, but yeah, there's a lot of like genetic freaks of nature who play football, and all they do is work out.
Yeah, and they're like 7 foot.
Yeah.
She gets hit once. Good night. Nighty night. Okay. Did you hear about the Corey Feldman thing?
I just heard a little bit about this, so fill me in. Yeah, I just stumbled upon this on Reddit, I think.
So I saved this to like a couple months ago about today or yesterday. I think it was probably today. He was supposed to release his movie he's making about all of these people in Hollywood that are raping little boys and, sexually assaulting people. These men that sexually assaulted him and are probably still doing it within the industry. But then this huge thing came out like a couple days ago where like someone called the Wolfpack left something on his front door that said the Wolfpack. And he got scared and nervous, so then he wasn't going to release it. But then again, today he did release it. They had like a showing in a movie theater, but then they also had you could pay $20 online and you could watch it. But everyone that paid $20, supposedly a hacker came in and hacked everything and cut it out because they didn't want anyone to see the movie. And then, let's also get the point across that there was people that did see the movie. They said they seen it in the theater. And all the information that was released was pretty much what he's already been saying. Like Charlie Sheen raped the other Corey. And then he named the other guys that raped him that he's always said.
Who?
So it's like, no, I don't know. Just what I heard, it was no one knew. Whatever one person's... Because I was trying to find out who else he said. The only thing I heard was the Charlie Sheen thing. And then it just said that everything else that was pretty much whatever he said before. Like it wasn't no new information. So I'm wondering if this was just kind of like, again, the grab for fame thing.
Like publicity?
Yeah, like I'm falling out of fame. And
I mean, the Wolfpack like sounds like...
that sounds real fake.
What if he was like doing a Joaquin Phoenix and like this whole thing is just an elaborate hoax and like Charlie Sheen's in on it and then they're gonna come out with this movie like in like huge release in theaters and then the whole thing's gonna be like, no, that's not real.
It was just all set up.
It's just satire, like... If not, that's super fucked up. Why is your dog howling? Is that your dog howling?
It might be my dog howling. I think.
Oh.
I think. Maybe my wife's mom's here. Or.
So. I'm just like, how is there no information if it showed in a theater? Like people aren't talking about it. I think
there was only a limited amount of people in the theater, and then the rest were supposed to be for the internet. You know what I'm saying? Like,
did all these people get their $20 back?
I'm not sure.
I'd be pissed.
I think he said that everyone's gonna eventually, they're gonna send it out where they'll be able to watch it.
I mean, like if there is a Wolfpack, if that's a real thing, he's probably like dead already. He's so you might as well just release it, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing I don't get is if someone really didn't want you to release the movie, they wouldn't warn you. They'd just kill you.
Yeah, they'd just Hillary Clinton you.
Yeah.
You'd commit suicide by shooting yourself in the back of the head.
Yeah. That's the thing I don't get is like keeps just saying I can't say it. These people are really powerful. I can't say it. These people are really powerful. Well, if they were that powerful, you just talking about them this little bit of much, like you're done.
Well, to be fair, Scott, Corey Feldman is very famous and he has everything to lose.
The only thing he has to lose is the best movie ever, The Lost Boys. Not ever, but that's one of the best movies ever. It's in my heart.
It's their best movie.
Yeah, the Corey's best movie.
And also Kiefer Sutherland's best movie.
Yeah.
Because that guy is a fucking terrible actor. I don't understand how anybody likes Kiefer Sutherland. I tried to watch that show that he's in when he's the president. What is that show called?
Designated Survivor.
God, is it bad?
Yep, never watched it.
He's like a robot. Like his family like almost dies and his kids are like crying and hugging him and he's like, "Come here, Father loves you." Like, I'm so happy.
I don't even know another movie he's in.
I don't either.
Besides
honestly.
Lost Boys.
I just know that and that show and that 24 show when he was on that. What a
And
bad...
the guy from Alex Winter's in that too. Lost Boys. The guy from
Yeah. Bill and Ted.
Yeah. And the one guy, I don't know his name, but he plays a mean saxophone with his shirt off. There's a big chain around his neck in the beginning of the movie.
Oh, who is that?
Come on, I think it's like, I still won't believe. I just love that scene. I remember the first time I seen it, one of the first times I seen it, I was when I started playing saxophones. I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna grow up and be this guy with big muscles and long hair.
Just standing in there,
yeah,
just
rocking out on the
ripping
beach.
the sax with your giant chain.
Yep. All right.
It's never too late, Scott.
So, the National Pulse, which is a Republican news outlet thing on Facebook here, they posted a video earlier about Bernie Sanders' rally that was in Dearborn. And they're like, do you see the problem with this? And it was an Islamic Muslim and a whole bunch of other Muslims in the room, and they were all supporting Bernie Sanders. But the whole time they were talking in Middle Eastern or whatever. What language would you even? I don't even know. Arabic. They were talking in Arabic. So, like, their problem was the fact that they weren't talking in English, and the problem is that all these Muslims are supporting Bernie Sanders, and I'm thinking, like, how's that a problem? Like, he's a Jew. Like, we got Muslims that are about to vote for a Jewish guy.
Hey,
like, that is bringing people together.
Hey, how dare a presidential candidate pay attention to marginalized people?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? Especially a huge demographic. He's smart.
Yeah, so I just don't get how, like, that's, like, one of the Republicans' big thing is, like, Muslims like him, dude.
It's things like that that just make the Republicans look fucking stupid.
Yes.
Like, look at how Obama flip-flopped on gay marriage because he's smart. He's like, hey, I'm going to get all these extra votes. These people are going to love me. And it fucking worked.
Yep. Yeah, you gotta see where the tide's going in the 100%. Country. You know?
And even so, like, those people deserved representation too. So.
Everyone deserves rights. Like, everyone should be able to do whatever they want to do as long as it's not physically hurting or affecting someone else.
Absolutely.
You want to be gay? It doesn't bother me. I don't care because I'm not gay. And even if I was, maybe I'd be gay with you. Like, I just do what you want, you know? Like, I don't care.
Well.
As long as you ain't coming up and poking me in the back. You know? Hey, and if you are, at least kiss me on the neck and call me by my name first, you know?
No, but the point is that Republicans are just living in the dark. Like, hey, guess what? Newsflash. Do. Callback. There are more than just white people in the world.
Yep.
There are more than just white people in the United States, and every single person who lives here has the right to be involved in the political process and be represented by somebody who cares about their interests.
Yeah, and there's more than just Christians.
Yeah.
You know, exactly. I think that's another thing they don't like is that he's even just Jewish and he's running, you know?
From what the stereotypes tell me, Jewish people are smart, so.
Yeah. The good bankers. They run the movie industry.
So they're pedophiles?
One of them is for sure.
I'm just kidding.
One of them definitely Harvey Weinstein, you know?
Yeah, making you all look bad.
Hey, we talked about that. I don't get that.
Get what?
How did they settle? Like, how did he settle, but then he still get charged? Like, I don't get how that works.
I don't understand anything about it, and every time we talk about it, I look stupid. So I can't answer that question, man. I don't know.
Because I feel, you know, it's like they settled. I remember we said the story where how they most of the people just settled to get a settlement and make some money off of it, but yet they still went through with the court, and he still got in trouble. So, I guess I was wrong, guys, on him Gonna be back in the movie industry making movies.
I heard something the other day about him that like he got injured in jail or something.
Well, that was his thing. He had to go up for court, and he was like, he walked in on like a stroller to make it look like he was like he couldn't walk, and he's so old and crippled now, and try to get the judge to feel sorry for him. Like, no, you're going to jail.
I heard about that. No, I thought I saw something. Again, I was just like, I scrolled past it, because I don't give a fuck about Harvey Weinstein, but something about him getting injured in prison. I don't know. Apparently not injured enough.
All right, so we're getting kind of close to our time here, but I want to bring up one last little thing that ties into something kind of that we talked about in the previous episodes. And not only does it tie in, but it will kind of start a little conspiracy theory.
Ooh. Let's hear it.
So I kind of want to talk about the coronavirus.
Oh, yeah.
So first thing, I was just thinking this earlier. This isn't the story that I found, but what if the coronavirus is either A, the news is like completely being honest with us, like it is super bad, and then all this stuff we see like on Facebook about how like, oh, don't worry about it, like it's not that bad. The flu kills more people, or only this many people's died. Like, what if that's actually yet again Russian trolls, like purposely trying to get us to think that this isn't as bad as it is, so we don't take it seriously.
So I have like super mixed feelings about this coronavirus thing because like there is a lot of things out there that tell you that it's like as long as you take, universal precautions and you're reasonably healthy, that it shouldn't be that big of a deal. And not a lot of people, globally for what they're calling a pandemic, not a lot of people have died to this point yet. But the fact that everyone is taking it so seriously and preparing so heavily for it, like there's the conspiracy. Like I think they know something more, like it's going to mutate or something. I don't know. Like legitimately, they're doing, at my work, I work for one of the biggest companies in Detroit. They're doing testing for all departments to work from home this week because they're planning for us not to be able to go to work anymore. Which is fucking insane. They canceled South by Southwest, which is fucking insane.
Yeah.
Someone just said that the Carolina Hurricanes are not allowing people to come to their games for the rest of the season.
Oh, the governor of Ohio said the same thing too. Like they're not doing the Final Four, or the whatever, the March Madness that's going on.
Yeah.
Starts in Ohio. No fans are allowed to go to the March Madness, but the NCAA can be like, hey, that I don't care, because the Columbus Blue Jackets just came out and said, hey, fans, you want to come to games? You're more than welcome.
Well, the Carolina Hurricanes just announced that they're playing in an empty arena for the rest of the season. So that kind of stuff kind of like does, on a conspiracy level, freak me out that,
some people are taking it super serious, and
we're
some
just
people are
getting
not
started.
taking it
like,
serious
what if
at
the people
all.
who don't die are just like being infected and it takes a long time for whatever happens to you to actually happen?
Yeah, like it does something crazy. Yeah.
Like turns you into a zombie.
Or a mutant. I'd rather be a mutant than a zombie.
Me too.
But my other weird conspiracy theory that wasn't the story that I was, not the actual conspiracy theory, but another stupid one I came up with was, what if this is all on purpose around this exact time to keep us in the house so we don't go to the fucking polls?
That's an interesting thought too.
And especially in November, if it gets really busy, really bad, hey, you can't go out of your house. You got to stay in your house. You can't vote. Or you can go vote, but good luck. You might catch the coronavirus.
That is an interesting thought. It really it does make me think a little bit. But do you think that would be an effective deterrent for voting? Like, was that the best?
Some old people.
I think if they were trying to deter people from voting, the obvious choice would be to do what they do so often and have these elections that we're having now, these primaries, start getting shot up by people like running in there with guns and doing that kind of thing, and then people will be afraid to go out to the polls. That's pretty much the government's go-to, isn't it, when it comes to conspiracies? Just shoot everybody, blame it on gun control, achieve your agenda.
You shouldn't have said that, dude.
Why? Because I'm gonna get
you just told the government secrets to everybody.
Well, you know what? Hey, I'm never gonna commit suicide by shooting myself in the back of the head. For the record, I shouldn't have said that. People say that and then they do that, quote unquote. I don't know, man. It's weird. It's scary. Like I said, I have mixed feelings about the corona thing. The other thing that is weird to me about the corona thing on two levels is that I feel like every year, 2 years, 3 years, I don't know, every like so often there's a new virus that pops up, right? It's been happening since basically we graduated high school. I can't even remember them all. There have been so many. West Nile, Zika, swine flu, bird flu. All of these things. It just keeps happening like clockwork. And like I feel like they've been testing viruses until they get it right.
Yeah.
That scares me.
They have some of the biggest bacteria and virus studies down in Texas, dude, where they study all those diseases and bacterias and viruses. And
you mean in Georgia at the CDC?
But they do it. I bet they do it in Texas too at the university.
Oh, do they?
Yeah. Actually, I don't know, but I'm gonna say yeah. But I'm gonna say I don't know too, so I don't sound stupid. So this thing is a huge conspiracy theory, dude, that I got right here. So basically, back in October, there was an event where they gave out these fun little stuffed toys that were coronavirus toys.
What?
They were doing a mock scenario on how they would deal with a pandemic. They used the coronavirus as the bug of choice.
That's like all these things you see like on The Simpsons, like predicting the future, right?
Yes.
It's like in line with that.
Event 201 stimulates an outbreak of a novel zoonotic coronavirus transmitted from bats to pigs to people that eventually becomes efficiently transmittable from person to person, leading to a severe pandemic. The pathogen and the disease it causes are modeled largely on SARS, but is more transmittable in the community setting by people with mild symptoms.
Okay, so was this like a man-made virus? Is that...
I'm not sure. I think they said it comes from the bats that came, you know what I'm saying, came from animals, but somewhere in here, so it was part of the World Economic Forum, the John Hopkins Bloomberg School of Public Health, and guess who else?
Who?
The Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation.
Whoa, there's a callback.
I told you we had a callback, and I told you I had a conspiracy theory.
That's wild. And then Bill basically like warned everybody, like, "Hey, get ready."
Did he warn everybody, or was this planned? Like, was it what is it ironic?
Oh, so you're saying that he didn't plan it? He just had inside information?
Maybe he did plan it. That's what I mean. Like maybe.
To what end?
I don't know. We can talk about the Georgia Guidestones. You want to go down that road?
That's a mighty dark road down there.
Because they don't know who built the Georgia Guidestones.
Ted Turner built the Georgia Guidestones.
I know that's what I'm thinking too. But
it is scary. Yeah. If you don't know what the Georgia Guidestones are, you need to look it up.
Yes, look up the Georgia Guidestones. That's a good rabbit hole to fall down. And I don't know. That's just the whole coronavirus thing. It's, I don't know, blows me away.
Like I said, it is weird. I mean, it's scary, but it's scary that like people in power are taking it so seriously, but like everybody else is making a joke of it. And I feel like that's, like you said, like what they want. Like they want us to disarm ourselves and not take it seriously.
Yeah. What was really weird is I went to Lowe's the other day, and there was someone walking out with one of like the big like metal blue carts that you would like normally put like wood on. It was just piled like all the way up over their head with just like Lysol disinfecting wipes, Lysol like clothes you put with your clothes. It was just like all disinfectant like Lysol shit. Just trying to like, I've never seen so much. It was all just piled up on this thing.
Well, hey, if I get to work from home for like a couple months until this thing blows over, that would be super tight.
But I don't know. That was all I had.
All right.
I mean, I did have other stuff too, but it's so far back and it's irrelevant now. Like,
no.
Let's talk about the debate, I guess.
We started with the election. Should we really talk about the debate afterward? That seems like putting the cart before the
No, I just want to
horse.
talk about the fact that, did you watch the debate with Bloomberg or no?
No, man.
Dude, it was pretty bad. The bad part was like they all just like instantly were like, all right, you want to be in this debate? And they all fucking went at him.
They just destroyed him, huh?
Yeah, they just like made him look so fucking bad.
Well, that's what he gets. He thought he was gonna buy his way in. Fuck
Yeah,
him.
it was, dude. It was so bad. I at one point I literally felt bad for him.
Hey, you know what's hilarious is that Bloomberg just kind of like popped up late in the race, right? Fucking threw all this money at it, and then just
Popped out.
Yeah. What a waste of money. I wonder how much money he wasted on it.
They figured it out. It was I think it was like $3 billion. Or what, 3 million or something?
That's money well spent, right? That's money
It was 3 billion because it was funny. Someone posted a meme saying like Mike Bloomberg spent 3 billion. There's 3 million people in the country. He could have gave each of us $1 million. And like someone actually did the math, and whatever the person said, it actually equaled out to that he could give everyone like $1.50.
Oh, I saw that.
They just did it, and it was actually on like the news. They did it on the news.
Hey, that's hilarious. And you know what's really bad about that is when I saw that, like I was
You're just out of your head, so you thought it was right.
High. I was
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I was very high, and like I was laying in bed, and I saw that meme, and like people were making fun of it, and I like looked at it for like a minute, and I'm like, "What's so funny? I don't get it." Like,
Yeah.
Oh God.
Oh man.
That was the night I got sober. But no, yeah, people are stupid. Why would you post that online?
Oh man. But yeah, it was so all the other stuff I really had was just so old that it's almost irrelevant now.
It's all good. I think it was a good episode. We've been a little hit and miss here. Things have been a little crazy. Probably be crazy for the next
Month.
3 weeks, yeah, or so, till April. But you know, summer's coming. Good things are coming. Bright Eyes is coming.
Maybe.
Maybe. What do you mean maybe?
Coronavirus, dude.
Oh shit! You know how mad I would be if they canceled that. Oh man, that would be so disappointing. I didn't even think about that. That'd be
Yeah,
heartbreaking.
and then we would have to we might not even get a flight, so we might have to drive.
I don't care. I don't mind driving. I prefer to drive, but I will fly.
I prefer to fly.
I know the time thing is sweet, but I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like the feeling of no control. I like the illusion of control. Like you have no control in a car because, like, if you're coming at me,
Yeah,
there's nothing I can do.
yeah.
I've been T-boned. It's fucking terrifying, but I like the illusion of control. You know?
Yeah, I get it. Don't get me wrong. I always get like super anxious before I get on the plane, but it's really weird too. It's not even about the takeoff. It's about just like I don't even like take anything or like do anything wrong, but I get nervous to go through security. And I get nervous to get on the plane.
I feel like that sometimes.
And then as soon as I sit down on the plane, I'm just like, all right.
Well, so the last time I flew was, God, probably like 10 years ago. I mean, honestly, at least it was when I was in Florida with you for a while. And me and Gary flew back up. And I was like super scared because I had only been on a plane once when I was like very little, you know. But it was like, yeah, as soon as I got on the plane and like we started to take off, and I'm terrified of heights. You know, I'm a large man. Me and heights don't get along real well. So as soon as we started to take off, though, like all the fear just went out of me because I had no control. Like I just made that whole soliloquy about loving control. But like once I had no choice but to accept the fact that I have no control, then it was just like instant. Like it was so peaceful because there's nothing I can fucking do.
Yep.
And also Gary was freaking the fuck out. So like
It made it feel better.
it made it real easy for me to be calm. Yeah.
Well, I feel like as long as it's smooth too, as long as there's no turbulence, there's points where you almost forget you're even on a plane.
Yeah.
You know, because if you're on your phone or you're watching a movie, I mean, back then I guess we didn't have phones or movies like that where you could just watch it.
I had a phone, but like not.
It wasn't like we didn't have Netflix and shit like that, so
it
it wasn't
nothing like that. Yeah, no. I pretty much I looked out the window the whole time. Like I expected to be terrified because I don't like heights, but I thought it was super cool. You know.
Yeah.
And then we landed, and I was like, "Oh, that wasn't so bad." And then I didn't do it for 10 years because I got back in my head.
We're about to get you out of your head and get you coronavirus.
Yeah, right. That'd be like Alanis Morissette style ironic.
Yeah, what is it? She actually says something about plane crash,
Yeah,
doesn't she?
Yeah. There's a whole part about the plane crashing, except for instead of plane crashing, I would just get coronavirus.
Yep. Coronavirus on a plane ride. was just trying to have a good night.
Took a trip to New York, and the next day he died.
When all he wanted to was see bright eyes.
Okay, and on that, I think it's time to end the episode.
This has been a great time, guys, and we're glad you listened to our episodes, and we're glad you follow us. And we've actually had quite a few people listen to our stuff.
Yeah.
So,
hopefully more do. I mean, honestly,
we haven't promoted it a lot, actually.
No, yeah, and you know what? We just do this for fun, but you know, we appreciate people listening, and hopefully more people do start to listen, and then we can kind of make it better and get some input from outside people. So please, if you like it at all, share it, like it, subscribe, do all those things that people do on the internet to show their approval.
Yep. And until next time, you guys, we will see you soon. I am Scott.
And I'm Drew.
And this is Sorry If You're Offended.
Take care, guys.